My name's Matt Page. I'm from Auckland, New Zealand, and I work with a company called Financial Design Group.
How long have you worked with Financial Design Group, Matt?
We started Financial Design Group about 7 years ago, but I've been working as an advisor for the last 13 years.
Last 13 years, but you're a part or a whole business owner of Financial Design Group?
Yeah, I'm a partner in Financial Design Group, which is owned by 4 other business partners as well.
Right, okay. And how long in the industry all up?
Total with everybody?
Sure.
Too many.
Too many. Oh, that's
myself,
a good answer.
about 13 years.
All right, very good. And what were you doing before that?
I was working predominantly in hospitality before that.
Okay,
So
tell us a bit
bars
about
and
that.
Restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah, managed bars and restaurants. I owned a cafe for a while, and yeah, just enjoyed sort of meeting new people in the cafe.
Well, is there any segue between that and then entering the financial services sector?
Yeah, I took 6 months off, and I came to America to work in the ski fields. I used to like snowboarding a lot, and yeah, I sort of came home from that and thought I probably really needed to get a real job.
Okay. So snowboarding wasn't a real job, working at the
You
resorts?
didn't get paid too much for it, but it was a lot of fun.
All right, fine. Well, let's go back a bit before then. What did you want to do when you were at school? What were your aims?
I never really had I've got to do anything. I've always really enjoyed motorsport, but I don't really have the body shape for a motorsport athlete.
Okay, any particular type of motorsport that you liked, that you
My
had a passion
favourite's
for?
Formula One.
Formula One?
Yeah.
Did you have a hero when you were kind of growing up watching Formula One on TV?
I really enjoyed watching Ayrton Senna when he was alive, and latterly more Jenson Button, and now quite like Daniel Ricciardo from Australia.
All right, okay. Go Daniel with whichever team he's with at the moment.
Yeah, Renault.
Not doing very well, is he?
Not so good at the moment.
Okay, let's come back to the present, talk a bit more about your business. What's the nature of your advice proposition, Matt?
Currently, our business deals with mainly small business owners around insurance planning, so for key people in the business as well as disability, and if something bad happens to that business owner and the business has to wind up.
Okay, fine. And how many people work with you in your business?
Currently, we're at about 22 people.
Okay.
We've got one of our young girls is leaving to go and do her OE in the UK soon. 16 advisors and the rest are administrative staff.
Okay, things looking good for your advice business. What's the future hold? How are things going?
Things are on the up. We're having good growth in our business. We're all studying at the moment to become authorised financial advisors in New Zealand, which means we can give more advice around investment and retirement planning, and that will be our focus going forward in the new licensing regime that's coming in soon.
Okay, so some advisors and advice businesses may be challenged, but it seems like you're seeing opportunities, Matt?
Yeah, we've sort of always tried to be ahead of the wave, I guess. We don't want to get wet, and so we've always tried to future-proof our business by adding more service and developing it as we move forward.
Okay, now we're here at the 2019 MDRT annual meeting. What brings you here? What is it about MDRT?
MDRT is one of those things where you've kind of got to go to get it, I guess. I remember hearing advisors who'd been to MDRT speak at development days and conferences for years, and they always had a bit of a glow about them when they come back and witness someone speak or learnt something amazing. And I was fortunate enough to come in 2014 in Toronto, and just was mind blown. And we sort of look at our business now as before and after MDRT.
Is that right?
And
okay.
we've put in so much things into our business that we've learnt here every year.
Is there something off the top of your head, I know it might be difficult, is there something that you can think of, a learning that you've taken away from MDRT that has helped you in your business?
I can't put my finger on one thing, but it's so many things. If you look at the business, May 2014 to now, it's a totally different thing. It's way more managed properly. It was just a bunch of guys sort of selling insurance, and now it's a business.
Oh, that's brilliant. So you've turned a sales proposition into a business.
Yeah, pretty
All
much.
right. That sounds pretty great. We'll explore that another time perhaps. But in the meantime, I suppose you arrive at MDRT the day before it starts, go to the focus group sessions, and then go back to your hotel bedroom and wake up the next morning and go to the next session, and that's it? Or do you do anything else when you're at MDRT, Matt?
There's quite a bit of socialising.
Is there?
Yeah, which is great because you can sit in the sessions all day and you learn a lot of good stuff, and you're hearing a little bit from a lot. You know, there's a lot of speakers coming at you hard and fast. You're learning a lot of stuff quickly. But then often you'll see them out for dinner and you might have a catch up and have a beverage with them if they partake. And you can actually deep dive with them and find out more, and often you end up sharing some of your ideas that work for you as well. So it's a great way to learn.
And you've sort of borne witness to that over the journey of a number of MDRT meetings you've gone to, that it's kind of like a balanced social as well as meeting type involvement with
Yeah, for
members?
sure. I think you've got to. I think the first time I ever came, I mainly hung out with the people from my own country, which I knew quite well as well. And then my second and third meeting and so on, we've spent a lot more time meeting with other people from different countries who are doing different things, which really gives you a global sense of what's going on in the world as well.
Oh, that's brilliant. So let's look forward now. Let's look forward for you and for your business. Firstly, for your business, you seem to be in growth mode from the sound of it. What's going on with the future of your business, and then what's going on with you in the future too?
Good question. Growth mode, kind of. we have grown a lot in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, and at the moment we're sort of just taking stock of who we've got and who's doing what. We're managing the 20 staff at the moment, and it's going really well, and our production is good, and we're hitting our targets. The future, obviously, with the New Zealanders, there's going to be a change in legislation coming up in a couple of years. So personally, I'm spending a lot of time working on what the licensed business looks like, and have been spending time with other advisors about how they've done it in other countries, which is really interesting to sort of move to a different type of model.
Okay, that sounds pretty good, and it sounds like you're moving in the right direction. What about when you're not working in your business? What else are you doing now and in future?
I love travel, so I went to Strategic Coach a few years ago and heard about working sort of on a time management system where you work for a 3-month block and then take a break. So I've always adhered to that for the last 4 or 5 years, which is great because you don't get the mental burnout. You get to have a little break, go on holiday, even if you take a long weekend and just take your car and go down the mountains or something, it's awesome.
Any snowboarding involved, coming back to an earlier conversation?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, and where else have you travelled to recently?
Recently, I've just spent about a week in LA visiting some friends. Last year I went to Europe for a couple of weeks and travelled around a lot of different places there, and got a skiing trip coming up, not this Christmas, but the one after, to Canada.
Well, it sounds like a pretty exciting future and a balanced future for you too, both business and personal.
Yep.
Best wishes with both those parts of your life, and for the time being, Matt Page, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Pete.